In my last segment, I like to read the comments. We get some good comments. Shout out to the people who showing love. Shout out to the people who agree with me. You don't always got to agree with me to show love. You can disagree with me and still show love. But there's nothing more entertaining than the comments that disagree with my takes. I put out this clip. In this clip, I question Michael Jordan winning Defensive Player of the Year 1987-88. When Larry Bird played the Bulls that year, how much did he average? 36 points. When Dominique Wilkins played against the Bulls that year, how much did he average? 37 points. I didn't look at Karl Malone because Karl Malone played a different position. But on the wings, the guys are scoring 30-something points. So then I'm like, oh, well, how's he the Defensive Player of the Year, but they dropping 37? Well, never mind. I wasn't around to watch it, so we'll just say he was guarding somebody else. So I'm not saying Michael Jordan couldn't play defense. He wasn't a great defender. I'm not trying to discredit him. By the way, Michael Jordan is my number 2 of all time. He's my guy. I love Michael Jordan. But I do have questions. I have questions about his opponents. He got Defensive Player of the Year 87 and 88. I went back to see who was the top 5 scorers that year. And I was hoping to see guards, but I didn't. I saw other perimeter players such as Larry Bird and Dominique Wilkins. Now, some people were saying you're a fool. You named a bunch of forwards when you said guards. Yes, I was looking for guards, but they weren't there in the top 5. So I went with the next best thing, which was small forwards. Some people are like, oh man, when does small forwards, guards, shooting guards? Listen, I'm 6'3". If you 6'5" and we have the same athleticism, or I might be more athletic, and you drop in numbers, I'm talking numbers. Larry Bird and Dominique Wilkins averaged over 37 points against the Bulls. I'm switching. I'm switching to show you I'm a Defensive Player of the Year. But then someone came with a better reason why Michael Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year. And he said this: because he led the league in steals, he led all guards in blocks, and he locked down most of the guards in the league. Okay, I don't know what most of the guards is, but when I go look at him and Clyde Drexler matchup, Clyde Drexler averaged 31 points. But he is completely right. Locking down players does not necessarily mean you need to be the Defensive Player of the Year. That doesn't give you that doesn't always give you the title. I agree with that, but it does have something to do with getting the title. You do need a stat line though. So he used blocks. Michael Jordan had over 100 blocks that year, but so did Dwayne Wade in 2008. Dwayne Wade had over 100 blocks as a guard, but he only made the second team for the all defense. Allen Iverson led the league in steals 3 times, only made second team all defense once in his entire career. And he also led the league in scoring while doing that. I'm not comparing the 3. I'm not comparing the 3. But I want you to understand this was part of Brainwash to Think Elite segment. And Brainwash to Think Elite, we think outside of the box. We think outside of the narrative. We ask questions. We wonder why. We wonder how. Because I want you to have the same mindset going to anything in life. I want you to question anything the media puts out there. I want you to question any old tradition, habit, because that's the best way to stay away from it in the future. You got to question the things that's being told to you. I'm not knocking Michael Jordan. I'm not discrediting Michael Jordan. How can you discredit him? He averaged 35 points that year. That was amazing. But remember, basketball is a tool. It's a tool. It's a tool for entertainment, for us to converse with each other, and to think elite, to think outside the box. And when you think outside the box with basketball, naturally, it'll be a habit in your everyday life. And that's what our brand is about, having an elite mindset. You can't have an elite mindset not asking questions. And just because you ask questions does not mean you're knocking or discrediting someone. It means just that. You're asking a question. Jordan was amazing. He's my number 2. So I'm not discrediting him. Remember where you are. You're in Scorer Society, where we think elite and we think outside the box. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Until next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Scorer Society.